Hey everyone, and welcome back to Movies with Mia. If you're new to the channel, hi! I'm Mia Tiffany, and here we are watching the greatest classic films throughout history. Today, we are finishing our Noirvember Fusion series by watching the film The Asphalt Jungle. First things first, I'd like to shout out my Golden Oscar patrons. Guys, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And if you're interested in exclusive MWM content, then please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. If you're not quite interested in becoming a patron, but you still want to support the channel, why not consider buying a movie ticket? Movie tickets are donations that are used to support not only the channel, but also our new editor, Zach. So if that is something that you're interested in or you're interested in supporting, please head on over to www.buymeacoffee.com/MiaTiffany. And that link is in the description box below. And speaking of our new editor, I know I say it in every video at this point, but I really just want to give a huge thanks to Zach. He has been so helpful in getting these videos out to all of you in a timely manner. I have provided his channel, Zank Films, down in the description, so check that out. I also put his Instagram down there. Please send him some thanks, send him some love. Thank you so much, Zach. And today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. And these days, it seems like the world is getting darker and scarier, and that can feel especially overwhelming without someone to talk to. Negative intrusive thoughts can feel like a weight holding you down, and sometimes it feels like you're stuck. Believe me, I understand. But luckily, there are people like the experienced therapists at BetterHelp to help you out of those dark places. BetterHelp is an online therapy service that is tailored to your specific needs and ready to assist you via video, phone, or even live chat. So if you feel more comfortable off camera, BetterHelp provides you with those alternative options. And not to mention the broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that might not be available in your area. It's super simple to get started. Simply fill out the questionnaire, then get matched with a therapist, in most cases, just under 48 hours. BetterHelp also allows you to exchange unlimited messages between you and your therapist. In my own experience, I found the questionnaire to be so helpful in accommodating my specific needs. This helped me feel more comfortable speaking to a therapist on specific issues that I had, knowing that they had similar experiences and perspectives in that specific area of need. So, if you would like to join the 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist, then I encourage you to do so by clicking on the link down below, www.betterhelp, that's BetterHelp.com/Mia Tiffany for 10% off of your first month. The world may feel very scary right now, but seeking therapy doesn't have to feel that way. Try BetterHelp today. The Asphalt Jungle was released in 1950, directed by a favorite on the channel, John Huston, starring Sterling Hayden and Lewis Calhern, with other notable performances by Gene Hagen, James Whitmore, Sam Jaffe, John McIntyre, and a very young, up-and-coming Marilyn Monroe. Alright guys, at this point we are going to get into some historical background. For those of you who want to jump right onto the film reaction, go for it. But for those of you who want to stay, we're going to get right into it. The Asphalt Jungle was adapted from a 1949 crime novel written by W.R. Burnett. John Huston and screenwriter Ben Maddow adapted the screenplay from the original novel, and W.R. Burnett had the benefit of approving the final version of the screenplay. Burnett had a bit of street cred when it came to novel-to-film adaptations, as he had another one of his books, Little Caesar, adapted for film previously. Now, when it came time to casting the project, John Huston decided to use relatively unknown names, so he selected a good friend of his, Sam Jaffe, as well as Lewis Calhern, Gene Hagen, who we've actually seen on the channel in Singing in the Rain, and James Whitmore. Huston physically met up with actor Sterling Hayden to discuss the possibility of him taking on the main role, despite the studio's desire for a big-name actor. Hayden was sold and decided to take on the role of Dix Handley. The Asphalt Jungle would go on to generate a small profit for MGM, and it wouldn't be what you would consider a commercial success. However, through the years, it has been regarded as one of the more influential crime noir films of the 1950s. Alright guys, now on to some interesting facts. Principal photography for The Asphalt Jungle began in October of 1949 and ended in that same year in late December. The primary filming locations took place in various parts of Kentucky and Ohio. Now, this film was shot in the heat of the Red Scare, and Houston and Hayden were both members of the Committee for the First Amendment, which opposed the blacklisting of supposed communists working in Hollywood during that time. Now, also during this time, Marilyn Monroe was a relatively new up-and-coming actress and almost didn't get the role in this film. Houston had his mind set on casting Lola Albright, but she had recently found success in another film and was no longer interested in taking a small role in a small crime melodrama. Houston was not quite impressed with Monroe's initial audition. However, he was later convinced to give her the role after she had backing from studio head Louis B. Mayer and MGM's hairstylist Sidney Gilleroff. She would later regard this role as one of the best performances of her career. Now, with that being said, this is my first time watching The Asphalt Jungle, and I am very excited to get into it. But before we do, y'all know the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. Alright everyone, it is time to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and let's get in to The Asphalt Jungle. I definitely like that the background here is kind of like a cityscape. I don't know why I think that's so cool, so random, but so cool. Who is this man? He looks so ominous and menacing.
Armed suspect, tall man, Caucasian, wearing a dark suit and soft hat.
71 Roger.
Oh man, so these police officers must be after the man that they just showed. He's just walking so casually, like I'm not gonna get caught, like whatever. God, this is so beautiful. The rustic nature of these sort of older buildings, they're beautiful. Conceals the weapon in the in the cash register.
What time does this punk come in here? Don't ask me, I don't watch the clock. I own the joint. No gun. Take him in. We'll book him on bang.
And I love this framing right here where the shopkeeper is kind of out of focus, and also that the music was so much louder than the dialogue.
Arrested 6 p.m. last night. Home police station stating he had murdered Mrs. Catherine Smith. Possession narcotics. Attempt suicide last night with necktie. Alias Dix Handley. Age 36.
He looks like he's done some stuff, you know, compared to the other two.
Illegal possession firearm. Escaped state prison. 1939. Released 1941.
That's enough.
Oh, the lighting coming up at him as he's looking up. Wow. I think that really elongates some of his features and really gives us a sort of German expressionist sort of feel in that particular sequence. I think that was brilliant.
Do you see the man who pulled the stick up last night? Don't know.
Maybe he knows something. Oh, look at a little smirk on his face. Like that guy knows something. He's trying to hide something, you know? I don't know.
18 robberies, 7 assaults, 5 morals offenses. Quite a record even for the 4th Precinct, Lieutenant Dietrich.
We know the guy who's been pulling most of the stick-ups, Commissioner. Name's Dix Handley.
I want to know why those parlors are still operating. You don't close them hard enough. Rip out the phones. Smash up the furniture.
People
He's like,
to
you're
think
not
the
doing
law
your
is
job
good.
hard enough, bro.
I don't want your opinion of the law.
Get this guy or get lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally.
Where's Erwin Riegenschneider? You don't know where he is, do you?
No, sir, but we ought to get word from my stoolies.
All you had to do was spot him, stay with him for 24 hours. If he didn't register, lock him up.
I wonder almost if John Huston told his actors just almost yell your lines, because the line delivery so far has been sort of this like almost like aggressive and like very like, you know, you need to get this done now. Wow, it's really adding this level of like intensity and like nerves.
Dietrich, I can do 3 things about you. I can reduce you to the rank of patrolman, I can bring you up for departmental trial on incompetence, or I can give you one more chance to make good on your responsibilities.
I think the latter might be the best.
Thank you, sir.
I'll do my best, and you see it in every single aspect of his face. He's like thankful to his chief or boss. The acting is already so stellar. Following him with the camera, really love that.
What do you want? I just got out.
What do you
today.
want?
I got a proposition for you.
All you guys have.
Maybe you've heard of me. The professor? Or Herr Doctor, maybe.
What do you say so?
Come on in, Doc.
The lighting of this film so far is just so immaculate. And it almost seems, obviously, it's like done in a way where it's very particular to each scene. The chiaroscuro lighting is really giving it that feel, and I think it's brilliant.
What kind of proposition is it?
A plan for the keeper. I could sell it for $100,000 on the open market. I prefer to execute it myself and make $500,000. I need roughly $50,000 to operate. I thought maybe Mr. Emmerich.
What do you know about Mr. Emmerich?
That he has money to invest, and that the way to get to him is through you.
So the doctor has a heist job, and he needs a specific person to help him sort of play this out.
Oh, Dix, what do you want?
I want to make a bet.
Well, what are you in for?
2,300 and some.
Okay, your tab's good for 2,500.
Don't bone me.
Look, Dix,
I'm not asking you any favors. I'll go get you your 2,300 right now.
Okay, first of all, his voice, glorious. Second of all, he's scary. And he's tall, too. Definitely well casted.
I spoke to Mr. Emmerich on the phone. He's going to meet us later on tonight.
Look, Dix, take my advice and knock off for a while.
I can't afford to knock off.
Oh, stop worrying. I'll stake you.
Yeah, I need 2,300.
Cobby can spare a few pounds.
You can't owe money to a guy like him.
I got $1,000 put away. You can have that. Maybe I can dig up 1,300 more.
New York and that gangster lifestyle where everything's fast paced and like, get. You have this sort of slower movement, and it feels like something that's so reminiscent of the location that they're in.
1,300? You must be crazy. But Dix, what do I care for that hooligan? Look, Gus, I guess I can make it all right.
Looking at his family, he's like, I guess. Hopefully this doesn't backfire,
Hi, honey.
Come on in.
What did you do? What happened? What'd you get yourself into?
Doll, what are you crying about?
Sorry, Dix. I don't know what I was thinking about bothering you at this time of the night.
I've never heard her real voice because I've only ever seen her in Singing in the Rain. And for those of you who've seen it, you know what I mean. So it's weird to hear her like real voice.
And it would have to happen on pay night.
Were you locked out of your room?
How'd you guess? If it wouldn't be too much trouble, could I stay here a couple of days?
All right, stay if you want to, but don't you go getting any ideas, doll.
I love that her name is Doll. I feel like there's something very personal about the cinematography in the way that the actors are being shot. I think that the audience really gets to feel like they're close to the characters. Maybe a way to sort of sympathize with them as their stories play out. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see as we go.
Take my word for it, Mr. Emmerich.
And you really believe there's $1 million in this thing?
Maybe even more.
You mean by that
Very
that
confident.
the take will be worth $500,000 to us in actual cash?
That's right, sir.
What are your main problems?
Money to operate, personnel, and disposing of the take.
No trouble about the first.
The helpers will be paid off like house painters. Sometimes men get greedy.
That's the understatement of the year. I love how confident the doctor is in this sort of heist. Makes me almost believe him.
Well, how many helpers do you need?
Only 3. Then we need a top-notch driver in case of a rumble. And we need a hooligan. Most of these fellas are drug addicts. They're no good lot or they wouldn't be hooligans.
How's this take to be handled?
We'll get in touch with the best fencers in the Midwest.
What exactly is a fence? Can somebody explain that to me in the comments? Because I've heard it before, but I can't quite put it into context.
If I decide to go into this thing, I myself might handle it.
You a fence, Mr. Emmerich?
No. I know some pretty big men around here that might not be averse to a deal like this if they're properly approached.
Oh, he's getting some big players in this. High stakes.
It's a big idea standing there staring at me, Uncle Lon.
Don't call me Uncle Lon.
Thought you liked it.
I don't anymore.
She's already doing that stuff with her eyes and her mouth and her face.
It's late. Why don't you go to bed?
Oh my. Scandalous. Oh my god, Marilyn is such a treat to watch on screen. She's like effortless. It's so sad that she didn't realize how good she was. Like, it's so sad.
Hello, Bob Branham. Listen, I've got a job for you. I've got over $100,000 standing out on my books. Come to my office tomorrow morning. I'll give you a list of the people that owe me.
So he's trying to raise this money now for this heist, this caper.
Doc, come on in, Doc.
He's a hooligan, you say?
Yeah, but a small time. And every cent goes to the ponies.
Your friend, Mr. Emmerich.
Now, look here, Doc.
There's $500,000 at stake. Emmerich must put up before I can hire a crew. The information she gave me is that he's broke.
Whose word you gonna take, mine or some dim-witted dame?
Yours, naturally.
Oh, Emmerich is the big time. I'm trying to keep up with names. And he is broke, right? Because he was asking for his debts to be paid. He didn't have, like, money just readily available.
I just came to tell you that you'll have to stand still for a raid.
Look, I thought you were a friend of mine.
Right now, I've got one friend, Dietrich. And that Mr. Commissioner knows I know it.
I've always given you plenty of cooperation. But you're hitting me at just the wrong time.
All right. Close up. Tight.
Now, is that to say that he's sort of like a sideways cop or like a crooked cop, dare I say? Someone who kind of turns the other cheek during, some shady business? I don't know. I mean, obviously, he just was bribed.
Well, what about my debtors? How many of them came through?
Not a one.
Wow.
That's it, eh?
2 or 3 may come through with a part.
I'm broke. That's the plain, simple fact. Every time
He's a big
I turn
spender.
around, it costs thousands of dollars. 10,000 here, 10,000 there. Did you ever hear of Doc Schneider? He's got a plan for the biggest caper ever to be pulled in the Middle West. What if I were to tell you that I've got a plan worked out to get it all?
Oh, to take all the money? Sneaky, sneaky.
But I can't do it because I haven't got $50,000.
I can tell you how to raise it.
How?
What's in it for me?
50-50.
Okay.
That actor, I don't know what his role was. I think they said he was a PI of some sort, but clearly he's into some shady stuff too. But the way he speaks with his eyes, like you can tell something is sinister, something sinister is going on in his mind just by way of his eyes. Very cold and calculating and very piercing, but also very handsome. I have to put that out there, but I really liked that.
Hildo,
You're in.
What's the cut?
no cut. You get a flat guarantee.
I want 30,000.
30,000.
All right, 15 down.
15 is satisfactory, I think.
I wonder if he utilized these sorts of framing also to kind of help with to kind of save time. Because if you continuously cut between, actor talking and then actor talking, it's a lot of like cutting in post-production. I don't know.
Where are you going?
A girlfriend of mine's leaving town, and she's letting me have her apartment.
When did all this happen?
I can't go living off you forever, can I?
I was glad to help out.
Well, maybe I can do something for you sometime. Give us a kiss, huh?
He's like, are you sure you want to leave? You can stay a little longer if you want. He said don't get any ideas, and I could see in his eyes that he wants her to stay.
You drop into the manhole at 11:45. Dix will cover you. At exactly 11:54, Dix and I will come to the back door. Any questions?
Everything sounds okay?
How's the boy?
Oh, he's okay. Ran a temperature yesterday. We called the doctor, but temperatures don't mean so much with kids.
Yeah, I like that some of these lesser characters still have a background, so we're able to kind of, I guess, sympathize with them or like get a little bit in more of their story. I think it adds just a little bit more, like I said earlier, character to the overall story rather than just having like a two-dimensional hooligan. There's just those little things, just little details make all the difference. You know what I mean?
Mr. Emmerich is taking the jewelry off our hands. I don't exactly trust Mr. Emmerich. Everything may go smooth, but if it don't, we'll meet Mr. Emmerich after the caper, deliver the jewelry, and get our money.
Don't worry, Doc. We'll collect.
I do love a good heist movie though, like all the pieces that they've been planning for all come in together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
There's something about that I really find entertaining. Even though this isn't like for the right reasons. They're just trying to steal a bunch of money for their own personal reasons.
Careful how you handle this stuff. They'll pick you up in little pieces.
So that's going to come into play at some point because they made an effort to show us it twice now. Okay, someone is definitely going to hear that. But why is that so oddly satisfying, watching him literally, like, break brick? There's something so satisfying about that.
Will he give you the soup?
The soup, the concoction, whatever that is. Poison, explosives. I'm thinking it's probably something explosive. And I have to, just as a personal side note, commend the sound in this scene with the heels of the shoes like clapping on the ground. I don't know why I love that so much. I feel like silence really does go a long way. I think it just really, it really plays a special role in some of these older films. I don't know. I just wanted to note that because I think it's so cool.
Here's the electric eye.
Oh, look at him go, shimmying under that. Oh, it was like a laser that he tried to get past? Did they have those back then? Oh, he's about to crack a case. Look at him taking his jacket off, getting ready.
Soup.
The soup. It's the explosives. Corrosive acid? I don't know. We'll find out. I was just keeping watch. All the noises that they're making, though, makes me nervous because isn't there, like, somebody on watch? Like a security guard or something? He's just smoking a cigar, waiting. Careful, careful, careful. Oh my gosh.
It'll take a lot to blow this baby.
I feel like you almost forget how, like, crafty people had to be back in the 1940s and 50s. Like, now we have technology to do this for us. But they really had to get crafty with, like, just using different things. Obviously, they're breaking into to a bank or whatever, but still, he had to be crafty, you know? I just find it very wildly fascinating.
Here goes.
Bro, that was a big explosion for, like, how little he put on there. Just slowly smoking his cigar. I do like that we're in real time with them. Like, we're really sitting here in real time as they're robbing this bank.
What's that?
Keep going.
Doc, alarms are going off all over the block.
The blast must have shook up the whole system.
What do we do?
I would hate to leave now. How about you, Louis?
Just keep it moving. Keep going. Don't stop. We're this close.
The drill broke.
We should finish before 12:15, before the watchman gets here.
A store cop? Let me worry about him.
Love the framing of the scene. Must have been really easy just to freaking walk in and rob a bank. Like, no security put in place other than like the bells ringing across the block. Doc is so just calm and slow in his movements, like so confident, like, and, you know, not scared at all. That's amazing.
This is everything of real value.
Oh. Oh, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Family man's not gonna make it home to his family. What did I say? They kept alluding to it. And it got him right in the chest too. Didn't even get him in like a flesh wound. It got him in like the sensitive area.
Gus, take me home. What it gets? I'll take you to a guy I know. Used to be a doctor. No, take me home, Gus. Take me home.
And they're still just so calm. They're so calm with this whole situation.
Well, everything go all right? Well, this is a friend of mine, Mr. Branham. He's been a great help to me on this deal.
He was not part of the original plan. That's a red flag. That would be a red flag. Absolutely. Though it's hard to be on whose side am I even on? Because all of them are like doing some shady stuff. I think I'm with Dick's Handley right now. I'm on his side right now.
Do you mind if we have a look?
You're entitled to a look, naturally.
I'll bet the appraisal is going to exceed even your estimate.
Good. I'd just like to see the color of your money.
I'm embarrassed.
You haven't got it.
No, I haven't got the currency right here in my hands.
Look. We spoke about this. We had a whole entire meeting about how you were supposed to give us the money after we gave you the jewels. And now you're like, oh, sorry, I don't have it. Red flag number 2. Even though we already know he's trying to double cross him. I know.
A few days more may not seem like a very long time to you, Mr. Emmerich. But to me, it would seem like years.
I understand. I've got a solution for that, too. That is, if you boys trust me.
He's a smooth talker. I feel like the jewel thieves are in a better position because they have the literal jewels. They could sell it to anybody. So why are they trying to go through Emmerich, you know? Like, really, they're in the position to be making demands. Emmerich should sit down somewhere. That's just my opinion, though.
You mean we leave them with you?
You're just out of prison. They're certainly going to be looking for the big timers, like yourself.
You did a great job, Emmerich, but it's not working. Other bag on the floor.
Oh, look how like gunslinger. Never mess with a freaking farmer man, okay?
Whatever possessed you to pull such a stunt?
I was broke, facing bankruptcy.
Doc, he's a witness. He saw me knock off that guy there. You think he wouldn't holler if they turned the heat on him?
He's in no position to talk.
You know what? This dynamic almost reminds me of the dynamic between Django and the Doctor in Django Unchained. The dynamic kind of reminds me of that, where Django has more of like quick to act type mentality, whereas the Doc is like more of a very slow to act and kind of waiting until the right moment. I think that really works in this character relationship too, because it almost plays out kind of like good cop, bad cop in a way. I think it just adds sort of an interesting dynamic between the two characters.
Let's blow, Doc. Let's not fool around here any longer.
Be patient, Dix.
There's nothing I can do.
You can go to the insurance company. It's possible they'll be willing to buy the jewels back, or as high as 25% of what they're worth.
I'll start on it tomorrow.
I feel like the friend got shot in his stomach, and I feel like that would actually be a really slow and painful death, not a quick, fast one, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is Covey.
It's Gus Dragnet's out in the combing the district.
Oh, no. It's his connections at the police office.
Yeah, now listen careful, pal.
Oh, I thought it was...
knocking over all the joints along the boulevard. You got that? Louis not so good. He got a slug in his belly, all right. Doc's doing all he can. Here they are now, the happiness boys.
Bro, they've got to be hearing him talk on the phone, like what he's talking about.
Got to be satisfactory.
Copy.
Yes, Emily came through. The insurance people say okay. Of course, we'll have to wait till the bank's open Monday morning.
They're not going to make it to Monday morning. I wonder if Emmerich has never done something like this. This is just something I'm thinking, I don't know. And then he decided because he's going bankrupt that now he needs money, he's going to get it the shady way versus working it back as a lawyer. That's just my idea. I don't know if they had said it earlier. Maybe I missed it. But it just seems like he doesn't do this sort of like incriminating things often. Like it's something new for him. Ooh, they look like they know.
You know a man named Robert Branham?
Branham, yes.
His body was pulled out of the river this morning. He had a hole through his pump. He'd been shot.
Oh, through his pump. Gotta love that jargon. That early 1950s lingo.
Found a list of names in his pocket, written on your business stationery. That's a list of my debtors. Branham was working for me. He was trying to collect some old debt.
Oh, debts from his clients. See? Little pieces of information that I could have used earlier.
The coroner says he was plugged about 1 or 2 o'clock this morning. Not much after the Bellatier job was pulled.
Bob Branham mixed up in any burglary? Why, that's inconceivable.
He's trying to keep it together. He's trying so hard to keep a straight face.
Hello, Angela. You may have a visit from the police. I want you to tell them that I was there with you from 11:30 until 3 in the morning.
I can see why Marilyn called this one of her best performances of her career, because I feel like there's not really, she's still relatively unknown, so there's not really any pressure to keep up this sort of Marilyn persona. She can kind of just be an actor and not really the persona of Marilyn. And so there's a little bit more of a naturalistic vibe to her acting here. She's phenomenal. Like, I don't know why people like bash on her. Not everyone does, but some people do. And I'm like, I don't know why, because she's a phenomenal actress.
I am a respectable man with this picture in the paper.
You mean you want us to blow? Is that right, Eddie? Okay.
I'll go now, please.
Sit down, Donato. You're not going anyplace till I say so.
Poor Donato. He didn't ask to get mixed up in this. Or maybe he did.
Somebody in the department with a few brains has decided I'm the guy. I've been half expecting it. Where are we going, Dix?
I know a place. Eddie, if you're a smart boy, you'll forget you ever seen us.
He's like, what's your names? I don't even know who you are. Don't even know your face. Never even heard of you. Who even are you? Oh my God.
Where do you guys think you're going?
On our way home.
Yeah? If I were you guys, I'd stay out of here, you understand?
Okay, officer.
Hey, wait a minute. You with the bag.
Oh man, got him. Knocked him out. But not before the police officer got a few jabs in.
Oh, Dix, honey, you'll have to excuse me. I took a couple of sleeping pills, and I guess I'm still kind of groggy. Dix, isn't he the one with the reward on him?
Mind your own business.
Don't ask questions, doll. Just do what I say.
What's this information you got?
The little doctor everybody's looking for. I think I had him for a fare. I picked up at the station a week ago Friday.
Friday the 16th?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you take him?
To a number on Camden West.
Oh yeah, he was the guy at the beginning. I remember him. I remember he warned him about getting jumped in that part of the town.
That's him. At first I thought I was making a fool of myself by coming down here. But that's him all right, Commissioner.
You may be in for a reward. I hope so.
Oh man, now the cops are on him. Finally, we're on a trail.
You came to make a pen sure, but I'm not here.
You're right here, Cobby.
I'll tell him you saw Reed and Schneider here. It didn't roust him. Why? Because you'd had to explain what you were doing here.
I'll be the guy that cracked the biggest case ever pulled in the country. Gonna get hurt.
Freaking slapped him across the back. Slapped some sense into him. He is letting a grown man slap him in the face. Oh my God. Like, sit down. Got nothing going for you, pal.
Take it, Cobby. Yeah.
Since I'm going to be busy with a lot of cases, I thought you might like to take a trip. Oh, Cuba, that's not a bad idea.
Yikes. I
Yikes.
almost got a white one the other day, but it wasn't quite extreme enough.
I wonder if he's trying to flee with her so that he doesn't have to speak about what he did, you know? I bet that's what it is.
Oh, hello, Hardy. Come in.
I'm here to arrest you, Emmerich.
May I ask what for?
Complicity in robbery and in murder.
Oh, I guess they're not going to Cuba. Man, that sucks.
It may interest you to know that your friend Cobb has signed a confession.
Keeping his eyes on the commissioner. Oh, man.
Okay, miss. It's a shame to bust this door in, but here goes.
Just try breaking my door, and Mr. Emmerich will throw you out of the house.
Afraid not, miss. He's got troubles enough.
It is something quite interesting to see Marilyn interact specifically with other men in the scene, because you can tell that she has an effect on them, even though they're trying to act through it. Like, you can tell that she has an effect on them, and I kind of love watching that. I don't know why, just a me personal thing, but yeah, it's very fascinating.
Andrews, repeat the statement Miss Finley made before you and Officer Hannigan yesterday afternoon.
She said Mr. Emmerich was here in this house with her from 11:30 p.m. to 3 a.m. last Friday night.
Was it the truth?
Tell him the truth.
Tell him the truth. He is succumbed.
You went with Emmerich, were you?
No, sir.
You were someplace else and you were not with him.
I mean, I learned it by heart.
Get a new statement from her and have her sign it.
I'm sorry, Uncle Lon. I tried.
You did pretty well, considering.
Okay, I'm okay. I kind of like their last interaction together was kind of smooth. You know, he wasn't like, you filthy, lying, whatever. He was like, you know, it's true. I made her lie. You know, it is what it is. Like, there was just a smoothness there that I really liked.
Emmerich!
They didn't show the gun, and I knew that something was going to happen. Interesting that they didn't show it. So there was a bit of a cowardness to him. Okay, so I did pick up on that. I was trying to be so nice and not call him a coward. Son of a gun!
You're gonna wind up in a morgue!
Oh, this robbery gone wrong. All the criminals have to be caught. It's the name of the game in the 50s.
We're looking for Louis Chiavelli. Call the commissioner's office.
The commissioner knows me. Mention
He died! Oh no, I told you that was gonna happen. Oh, and they just show his hands with the cross, with the crucifix.
Getting out of town is not going to be a cinch for you with your picture spread around.
Oh, I'll get out all right. And you can have the rest of these stones. That's $50,000 worth.
No, Doc, no rocks for me.
Thank you, Dix. Tell me where to write you. At least I can send you the $5,000 you got coming.
Forget it. Maybe I'll see you around.
Goodbye, then.
Goodbye, Doc.
He's not gonna get away. Like, just knowing the nature, he's not gonna get away.
You've been gone nearly 2 hours. What happened?
The neighborhood's crawling with coppers, Dix. You can't imagine.
All right, did you get a car?
Yes, all those cops out there.
They don't worry me one little bit.
Dix is like, come at me, bro. I don't care. He's like, the cops don't scare me.
Not in the shape you're in, not in a million years. Let me go with you.
You're crazy. I'm on the lam. I want it bad. Packing heat. If there's any trouble, what good would you be?
I could drive.
She loves you, bro. Look at her eyes.
All right, kid, get your things back.
Is he doing it because he's doing it because he needs the ride, not because he wants to be with her?
Young lady, I like music, too.
Oh.
Play what you like.
Okay.
Oh my God. Fantastic. Oh, he's a cop.
Ah, I suppose we better go now.
You men want something?
We don't need a description. I'll tell them we got him.
Didn't see that one coming.
How you feeling now, Dick?
Cold. Didn't used to get cold this time of year.
Much longer, Dick?
Oh,
Dick.
man.
Dick!
He's not gonna get away. There's no way. They got everyone else.
Mister, you gotta help me. I gotta find a doctor. My husband, he's sick.
Go straight on, ma'am, down at the end of the block. We'll get Doc Swanson. Lives right near here on Elm Street.
My husband, he's sick, fainted.
Oh my God, why do I feel so anxious right now? Like, I'm nervous. Because they don't realize that they're literally helping like a criminal. Like, and at any point, the cops could come in and just take him away. I love how the doctor just decided to help in the middle of the night. What a great man.
The man's been hemorrhaging. He's lost a lot of blood.
He was hurt in an auto accident. He hurt real bad.
Not good.
He's like, it's not good. Love the bluntness.
Hello, let me talk to Tom. This is Dr. Swanson.
He's gonna call the cops. The doc is gonna call the cops.
Listen, Tom, I got a man here with a gunshot wound. Pretty bad. Hold him. I don't have to. The man's unconscious.
I love that the doctor knew it was a gunshot wound. Like, she didn't even have to lie.
I don't like to harp on the same point, Commissioner, but what about Dietrich?
Dietrich's in jail and he'll go to trial. It's not anything strange that there are corrupt officers in police departments. Maybe 1 out of 100. The other 99 are honest men trying to do an honest job.
Gotta tip the hat to our police officers.
I know you're police reporters and you hear this all day long, but I want you to listen with your conscience, not just your ears.
It's like every single time there's a criminal show in the 50s, they have to like put a disclaimer. Like, not all cops, you know? I just think it's funny.
People are being cheated, robbed, murdered, raped. That goes on 24 hours a day, every day in the year. Suppose we had no police force, good or bad. The battle's finished. The jungle wins.
The jungle wins. The asphalt jungle. Title drop.
That's 6 out of 7. Not bad. And we'll get the last one, too. In some ways, he's the most dangerous of them all. A man without human feeling or human mercy.
It's crazy how the 1970s and like the idea of the serial killer completely changed that idea of criminals. Like, you know, the narrative that criminals are not human and they don't have any human emotion. But then like looking into the mind of like a serial killer or like a criminal, you realize that they're really complicated and complex and there's so many things going on. Obviously sometimes they're detached from their emotions, but like you realize it could be anyone. Like it's interesting how that was the idea and now it's so different from what, you know, that idea was of the common criminal. Just fascinating. He is not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. I don't believe it. I believe he's gonna die. He sure is strong-willed and determined. That's for sure. At least he got to Kentucky. Got to his farm. I feel like he's gonna die right there on his farm. And down. No, he's dead. Well, I mean, at least he made it home. He made it home. Oh my God, that is so morbid that we actually see a dead body, you know? Wow. that was amazing. Wow, fantastically put together film. I mean, the cinematography was unbelievable. The framing, John Huston made it happen in this film. It was so beautiful to watch, so visually stimulating. And then the story was, I felt like it wasn't really that complicated. It was like, this is a heist, they did the heist, and now the bad guys get caught. Like, it was pretty straightforward story, but the way it was told was so beautiful. Wow, and the acting was just stellar. I think overall it was a fantastically done film. And it did have a lot of, like, in the beginning where it had a lot of that sort of German expressionistic sort of style, obviously because noir does have those sort of influences of German expressionism, so you really saw that in a lot of the lighting and a lot of the sequences. I think that was fantastic. And I did feel like John Huston wanted us to be wanted this story to be a little bit more personal and wanted it to be a little bit more intimate because of the way that he shot his actors. There was sort of feeling of that intimacy between the audience and the characters because we did get more of those closer shots, and at the end when you got that full close-up of Dix Handley, I just think that, it was really beautifully put together, and I don't know what else to say about it. I liked it a lot. So to all of you who recommended it, thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching it with me. All right, everyone, that does it for this video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to become an official MWMer, then please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to stay in the loop. If you would like to see this film's full reaction, you will find it on my Patreon, available to my Golden Oscar tier patrons. Patreon is also where I host my bi-weekly MWM live watch parties, where every other Saturday night at 5 p.m. Arizona time, we come together and we watch one classic film live via Zoom. If any of that sounds of interest to you, then please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. In the next video, we are beginning our MWM Christmas series. I am so excited to watch Christmas films. This is literally one of my favorite times of the year. It is the most wonderful time of the year, of course. So for our first film, we are going to be watching the film We're No Angels. Now, I've never seen this film, and I'm very excited to share it with you. If you have not seen We're No Angels, then please check it out before watching the reaction. And I have provided links of where I bought my physical copy, as well as where you can stream it online. If you have a recommendation for any classic Hollywood films, please reach out to me on social media, on Facebook and Twitter or X at Movies with Mia, and on Instagram and TikTok at movieswithmia_. If social media is not your jam, fear not, I do have an email. My email is miawilliams642@gmail.com. And while you're online, why not check out my LetterBoxd account, which is where I document all of the films and TV shows that I've reacted to on the channel, and it's under the handle at Mamma Mia Tiffany. So if you're interested, check that out. And yeah, that does it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and healthy out there, guys, and I'll see you, boo, in the next video. Bye, everyone. We're just gonna go because I want to get this done. Done! And if you're interested in becoming an one more time. And if you're interested in becoming an make sure we're, oh yeah, so you can see my little M. I wear it every single video, and it actually doesn't mean Mia, it means menace. No, I'm just kidding. No, it means Mia. Burnett had a bit of street cred, as he had another one of his novels translated to film, Little Caesar, previously. That was all wrong. All out of context. What? I didn't even write that. I don't even know where that came from. That was freestyling. His name is Dix Handley. That's kind of funny. I'm like a 12-year-old boy when it comes to like dirty jokes. Dix Handley. Like that's just funny. Through the years, it has been regarded as one of the more influential. No. Huston wasn't really impressed with Monroe's initial orientation. I don't know why my mind wanted to say orientation. I don't even think that's a word. What? Yes! I've completed the task. Bye.